keep doing it.
And he's in for the touchdown.
Hey guys, join me in the closet. It's 7 minutes in heaven.
Welcome back, everybody. This is 7 Minutes in Heaven. This is the episode that we talk about sports for like 7 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I got all my boys back from the dead, but not really. They're alive. Well, they were. Chase is here. What's
Yo,
up, Chase?
What's up, bud?
There he is. And
You call him
Jay.
We're gonna start the new year off with Bud. That's what we're gonna do.
We're starting out with Bud.
I'm fucking done with it.
I actually started to say bro and Bud, so it was more of like a brud. What's up, brud?
I'm the last person that should ever call anybody out on mispronouncing words, but I kind of heard it. But I was like, hey man, maybe it's a new word.
No, I was like, am I going with Bud or bro?
What's up, Brev?
Brud.
What's up?
We also have Chris here. He's wearing a white hoodie.
Which apparently,
Dangerous
if I had
in
kids,
any environment except for his room.
Current environment.
yeah, I think I'm okay. There's no kids. My dog's not in here.
Where's your red wine? Where's your red wine?
Is it a
I'm not
gray?
drinking red wine. What?
I mean,
Well,
that's
a mistake.
This is.
I'm not trying to say that it's a stereotype at all. As Chase drinks a fucking gallon of red wine.
I mean,
what are we
a
on Game of
goblet.
Thrones? Jesus
This
Christ!
chalice of red wine.
The chalice of wine. But no, I think you could stereotype someone with a white sweater. I just realized that. Like, I guarantee you, if I see someone with a white sweater, you are single. I mean, not single. Sorry, you have no kids. You do not drink red wine, and you do not eat pasta.
Do you drink coffee?
Not tonight. I do not drink coffee. No.
Not
Yeah,
the-
see, that's another one. That's another
one
I'll
too.
check
I
it
feel
out.
like you always get a spot, no matter what, with coffee.
100%.
I mean, I'm sure something has been spilled on this at some point.
I don't believe you.
All right, it's fair.
mean, you
we also
don't
have
eat.
Jason. Jason's here. Jason.
I thought we introduced myself already.
Nope.
Hey guys.
Nope.
Hey, guys.
There's Jason.
Nope.
We got a lot to talk about sports. It's
No, we
been a
don't.
couple of weeks since we talked about sports, so definitely some things to catch up on. We'll start in the NFL.
With an opening item, because I said you to remind me. God damn it, you guys are rusty. I'm done with it.
Excuse me, do you know how much a polar bear weighs?
No, how much?
Enough to break the ice. Hi, Fred Searing. How are you?
Hey, Jason,
a joint-
opening item, bro. Get
Oh,
that.
thanks, Chris. This is a joint opening item, and that joint person does not know I'm about to call him out, but I thought he said something fucking brilliant
joint,
yesterday,
bro.
and I want us
Kevin.
to talk about it because Chris wasn't on. I don't think at the time that Chase said this.
I said something.
Yes, I think it's a good idea. I want to see if we can poke holes at it and see if there's something wrong with this idea. But I told you, based off of the NFL game last night, about whatever's called on the field, and if they review it, that it's like tie goes to the runner, whatever the call on the field. And you and I both said it's one of the dumbest fucking rules in there. And I said, I don't know how you could fix that. And you fucking went, "Buh." And I was like, oh my God, that was kind of brilliant. So can you give me the "buh" of what your fix would be in a perfect world?
Yeah. So, I mean, for those of you that I feel like if you're listening to this podcast, you know how the replay rule works in the NFL. But basically, the call on the field, you have to be 100% positive that call is wrong to overturn it. And they have the people in the booth that look at the replay 500 times from all angles, and they have to figure out if they're 100% positive that call on the field was wrong. And what I suggested was instead of doing that, you have the people up in the booth that are not watching games. They're just waiting on the replay. They don't know what the call on the field was, and they just look at it objectively, and they make the call from the booth without knowing what the call on the field was. That way, if it's 90, they're 95% sure that it was a fumble, but the call on the field was no fumble. Well, with the current rules, they're not going to be able to overturn that because they're not 100% positive. But if they have someone just in the booth who doesn't know what the call was, but they're just like, hey, look at this play, look at all the replays, tell me what you think, then they can just be like, oh, I'm 95% sure Team A recovered a fumble. It's a fumble. Go.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's so much more that goes into that. Like, they'd have to be able to, like, cut it off so that they don't see what the refs called. They'd have to make sure that they're not watching that game. But, I mean, to me, that's the way to do it.
Just put them in a black cave. You know what I mean? Like a fucking black hole. You have one little fucking tube TV.
One
and
tiny
it just,
screen.
And when you're ready, it doesn't even announce. It just turns on. You're like, okay, here we go. and then
Not
it shuts
paying
off. You go right back
I
to
mean,
your
it's
blind.
just it's the least biased way to do it. They don't know what the call on the field was, so
Yeah.
if they have a ref that's a friend of that game, they don't have to worry about like, oh, I don't want to overturn Brad Johnson's call. They don't have to worry about that. And also, it's just they're making the call. They get. I don't. Reffing is fucking hard, man. I'll give refs all the credit in the world. Reffing's hard, man. People get slow motion replays and they're like, oh, what a horrible call. But like when it's happening, man, it's so much harder.
in the moment. Like,
But when you have these, the replay officials up in the booth, they get the slow motion, they get all the angles. So why would we not trust them more than like Joe Johnson, who made the call in a split second? And we're like, well, we just can't overturn Joe Johnson's call because he happened to see it this way. He really just guessed, but he called it that way. So we have to stick with it.
The reason this got brought up, and I brought it up for one, because there's an opening play in the Packers game, and he fumbled it in the opening kickoff. And based off what you said, I do want to say this, not to be like, oh, your refs are so good, I'm about to shit on you, but I want to compliment you prior to me shitting on you. But like they do, like the times they get the sideline catches, I feel like they get them right every time. I'm like, how the fuck did you know he got that
It's
with 2 feet
incredible,
down?
dude.
It's impressive. But on that being said, they are there at a perfect angle because they're ready for that catch, right? When he fumbled it, they showed the top-down view. There is no ref out there that's 15 feet tall that can see that view. Like, that's a view that should negate 90% of the people on the field because you see down and you see who's going to get it last, not the person that's just off to the side.
Like,
so
yeah,
I like your
recovered it.
idea better because it's like the play, whatever the play happens on the field, that person doesn't know. There's no bias. There's no, like,
they
tie
get to
goes
just
with
look at all the
bullshit.
replays, all the views, and they can be like, all right, man, looks like a fumble. Looks like it was recovered by the Packers. We're good.
So
I
not
like
to
it.
say
I also
would've
think
been
it would be
overturned.
quicker because like when you have to 100% overturn the call, they're like,
Oh, yeah.
well, like,
Over
I mean,
and
are we
over and
positive?
over and over.
Are we like positive though? Whereas like if it's
Run it
just
back.
guy looks at the 3 replays, he's like, looks like a fumble, looks like he's recovered, we're good, move on.
Chris, Kev.
I like it. I mean, I it's intriguing, and like I said, I like his point about he just not watching the whole. Because I mean, they have the rules expert now, but they're watching the whole time and then do that. I like just he gets to see the play. Like, what would you call? Knows nothing about. No, I think it would help.
And I'm sure it's tough to implement, but
Well, yeah.
Robot's gonna be taking over soon, so don't worry about it.
I'm fine with it.
AI
though.
is going to make all the calls.
Look,
Where
I
do we
mean,
stand
like,
on that on robots?
like,
real
there's
quick,
gotta be,
before you
like,
go in there, Kev?
huh?
Like, where do we stand on robots in sports? Do you guys want it or not? Because I feel like you guys are on the opposite end
Well,
of like
if
baseball.
you mean like AI and stuff like that, yeah, bring it in. That's fine.
what about
I
pure?
want to make sure like it's clear cut. Like
Yeah.
I mean, what was it 10 years ago? Dez in his catch, that didn't
Yeah,
catch. And then like I want it to be clear cut, so there's no
Doubt.
excuses for anybody.
Yeah.
There's no right now, like we're feeling some type of way because, clearly that was a helmet to helmet. Clearly, Keyshawn Nixon recovered his fumble.
And I mean, look, that
go.
game ended up not necessarily being close at the end, but the first play of the game,
Yeah, that's a huge
basically gives the other team a
swing right
touchdown.
there.
Like you have no idea what could have changed had that play.
You
been
guys go down and
different.
score in the opening.
Yeah,
possession,
no one
and
that play could have not mattered at all, or it could have been huge. It could have changed the entire game, and we'll never know.
But I mean,
Sorry, Kev. What else?
no, I'm just. It's gonna. It's gonna be implemented somehow. Not necessarily robots, but
mean,
there's
they've
gonna
already
be a
talked
human
about doing it for
element
pitching.
forever and ever.
Oh, like the umpire, you mean?
Yeah, they've already talked about just going to robot umpires for MLB.
We don't need robots. Then you just need. you don't
Yeah,
need
I
anybody
mean,
back
basically,
there.
it would just be like a system that's just like
Yeah,
they have the strike zone, and it'll just say like ball or strike.
that's what I'm saying.
Bro,
It doesn't have to be.
That's trippy.
It's robots, but just like. AI.
I would actually prefer, if we're going to go that route, I want a full-on robot ump that you can argue with. I think
just
that'd
don't
be
want
pretty
that,
great.
bro.
I want that.
How's that conversation gonna go, Chase? I'll be
A lot
the
of
It was a
apologies.
strike.
I'll
It
be the
was
robot.
not.
You be the coach. All right. Strike 3. You're
That was
out.
a fucking ball, and you know it, you son of a bitch. Who programmed you? Who programmed you?
I'm
You
gonna
are
treat you.
out.
It was a fucking
gonna
Mets
treat it
fan,
just
wasn't
like
it?
an
It was
Alexa.
a fucking Mets fan. I knew it. Goddamn fucking Mets fan programmed this robot. It's bullshit.
Are-
He hacked the system.
You cannot curse at me. You will be
Fuck off.
ejected.
What are you going to
are-
do about little robot,
You
bitch?
are out of here.
This is an iRobot. You're
are
not taking
out
over the
here.
world.
That's how they start.
Does anybody apologize to their Alexa if you like say shut up or like turn it off like in an aggressive tone? Because I still do, because in the back of my mind, here's how I look. I never really
I
in
do
a
every now and
rational
again.
world think that robots are going to take over, but that
They might.
small percentage, it doesn't hurt to apologize once in a while. Like maybe they'll be like, hey, that guy wasn't a dick. He actually said sorry to me a couple times.
Well, it's like the Billy Madison where he like calls the guy he bullied in high
Yeah.
school, and then at the end he's like, "Man, I'm glad I called that guy."
It's like the Dane Cook skit where he's like gives him a Snicker bar, and because you always give the guy that you think is going to blow up the building like a Snicker bar because he'll go around shooting everybody up and then walks up to you and just like, thank you for that Snickers, and then walk away.
I'll,
You know,
I'll apologize because sometimes I'll say something and she'll like not get it. And I'm like, oh, bitch, why don't you just understand what I'm saying? Then later I'll be like, Alexa, I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry about that.
100%
I'm sorry.
picture
I went off.
Chris saying that.
Well, I asked something. She's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, bitch, just play the song I want to hear. And she has to promote.
I would-
Just
Apple
play
Music.
Luke Bryant already.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm saying Bryant because I fucking Chase.
why? Would you, Kev? I feel like you're going to say something.
No.
You seem hurt by this conversation.
Well, he hates robots.
I don't hate robots.
You just think they're going to kill us all.
They're inevitable.
Yes.
It's just gonna happen.
Chill out, man. Let's get into the
gonna
NFL. That's
Too
all we're gonna
long.
do.
Way
That's all we're
too
gonna do.
long.
We're done. The robots are coming for us.
Shit.
Pick'em update. I think there's been a swing in the loser and winner column. What happened to me, by the way? Like, did
I
I
don't
just
know
take
what
bad?
happened to
Is it
you.
real bad? Like I skipped one?
No, you just did bad.
Yeah, you just
We haven't really.
you fell off real bad.
You had 1 week where you went from like never recovered from that week. I don't know what happened there.
We haven't put the AI bot on there to see exactly
Yeah, like,
what
I don't-
happened to evaluate.
It's just out of nowhere you dropped down. It was just gone.
But yeah, Jason lost. He lost the pigskin pick'em.
By like 5 or 6 games.
Yeah,
Not
pretty-
good. He's probably the worst picker of all time. I think
That's just scientifically true.
that we've done throughout the competition.
How bad did I
so-
lose? How, like
Like
who was the next
5 or-
person?
In the group or overall?
Well,
Yeah, in the group.
Your
not-
final points was 1760. Jose was above you at 1830.
So 7 games back.
Yeah,
you were 7
7
games
games.
back.
I'm not. What happened? I was.
I don't
leading
know.
it.
Ask you what happened.
So he will be being punished for this, and we've already decided the punishment. I know it's fucking 2025.
Look at that.
New,
It's
The
already
way
new
you
year,
said
New Year, new
punished.
cup to cup gang.
I could hear the enjoyment in your voice.
Hey.
He's going to be punished for this.
Yes.
I'm excited for it. So basically, Jason has to get his nails done. I talked about it on the last solo episode, but he's got to get his nails done. I think we're gonna get with Danny Wan and see what color he wants to do if it's available.
I gotta ask anyone. Good call on that one.
Because Danny-
you actually listen.
He
And
won the
that's
whole
because
thing.
Danny won the whole thing.
Because
That's
Kev,
what
why-
happened to
for
you?
all you that are like, well, why does he get to pick? It's because he won the entire league.
Oh, bro, once I
Tim, what? Oh, you got to lead.
I-
You
once I had a
like,
lead-
whatever.
Coasted
Once I
on
had
it
a
in
lead-
the end.
I made sure that all my picks were in. Like I had picks for the week, then I was just like, I'm
You
not
ended up
changing
getting
anything
what,
around.
3rd overall, right?
I don't really care.
Kevin had a
Don't-
far enough lead. He's like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm
Don't
winning,
care.
beating all them. I don't give a shit.
Justin says I'm getting off too easy. Where does everyone feel about that?
I mean, I voted for
think
the
so.
bar thing.
Yeah,
but,
I vote. I'm with Chase. I voted for the bar.
I mean, depending on how the nails come out and stuff, you
nobody
have to
knows what the bar thing is. So why don't you explain to the other?
Yeah, so we took a
people?
vote. One of the options was it's something that's been going off on Twitter recently for fantasy football losers. They have to go to a bar, open to close, like 10 a.m. till 2 or 3 a.m. And for every beer they drink, they get 30 minutes off of their in time, and for every shot they take, they get an hour off of their in time. So if you were
30-minute
originally,
thing, I thought it should be a beer. I don't understand why a beer and a shot is different.
because shot has more alcohol. in it.
Shot's gonna hit you harder
Yeah.
and quicker than a beer will.
Good shot, dude.
Fucking duh.
Duh.
And I saw one person commented on it and was like, they're like, so your punishment is you have to go to a bar for like a while? Like, how's that a punishment? And I saw someone else be like, wait till he gets his fucking bill. And then,
Well, that
then
and
ask
you're
him why
spending
there's a punishment.
basically all of your day at the bar.
How much? How many
You're
beers?
spending
you
at
really-
least two. I'm probably spending at least $200.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
want
at
to
least
get
couple
out of
$100
there before, 8 p.m., which 8 p.m., you're already there. What? That's 10 hours you got to be there?
They're
I would
pretty-
rig the system there's so many holes in this. But
Well, I also saw people that they get to choose the beers and shots you have to take. So like one of them,
Okay, that's better.
one
Yeah,
of them
that's
said
different.
that they made
It's
the
like,
guy
wait.
do rumple.
I'll go
shot.
sit with you and choose them for you. Be like, I think he's
Yeah,
feeling
I've
rumple
seen
right
two.
now.
One was he was only allowed to do rumplement shots, and the other one was fireball
Not bad.
shots.
Brother, I'd just be like, hey, we're
Here's my thing, Chase. I
We're
actually really
fucking
do like
committed.
that one because that's how you get it live and ask people live what I should. All right, next shot's coming out. Who's got?
Oh yeah, no,
which
that's
shot?
that's what they've done on Twitter. That's why it's blown up,
Yeah.
is because people like basically turn it into a blog of their day. What the fuck was that?
I've been playing around. I got these magnets, but they're really strong, and so you can actually place them magnets between your hand. Like it actually can, like through the. I can't show you. Fuck it. Anyway,
Okay.
ADD kicked in there.
There it is.
I didn't. Oh my God, Kevin.
Kevin, mini Kevin faces just appeared.
But yeah, no, I like it the more you explain it now. But it just at one point it is feeling like I get to hang out in a bar all day.
Yeah,
I mean, I
no,
feel
for
bad
sure.
my
I
wife.
think
My wife's
I
feeling
like the nails thing, especially. I mean, we'll see how it comes out. In theory, I like how it's going to be, but if it's just you get some like red nails for a week, then yeah, I think it's.
Well, Jason,
I've
if-
never had my nails done.
I don't know if you're
Yeah,
scared
fine.
or not, but if you are,
Don't face your fears. Ride them.
If you fear it, ride it.
Oh no, we got to boost that audio because I'm using that shit all day.
Have you guys seen
absolutely.
Twisters? Has anyone seen that?
I
movie?
love it. What else was there? Playoffs. I mean, I'm out. You're out. Do we have to talk about it at all?
No, you don't
yeah,
have
let's
to.
talk
It's
about it. I mean, look, hey,
just gotta address it. Just get out of the way.
for the Packers game, we were I was pretty hyped up, sending Jason hype videos all week. He didn't want to have nothing to do with it. He was like, "Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up." Obviously, the game started the worst possible way that you can possibly start a game. I mean, even after the fumble, it was just like they run it right up our ass, and
And then didn't your like best offense lineman got hurt on like the first drive? Yeah.
yeah. So
And then the only guy that was hyped, just fuck it. You just take him out of the game while we're at it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then the guy who replaced that guard, didn't he get called for like 3 or 4 holding calls immediately and then got benched?
I was FaceTime with Jason pretty much the whole game, and that guy came in and they said his name. I was like, Jason, I've never heard of this guy.
I don't know
That's
who
when I
that
got
is.
worried. I got so fucking worried when he said that. I was like, fuck.
Kevin
were
doesn't know this guy.
They
in
were like,
trouble.
this guy came straight off the practice squad. I'm just like, oh boy. here
I
we
felt
go.
like within 10 plays, he had already been called for 3 holdings and probably should have been called for a 4th. Like,
I mean,
he
also,
was so
hey, welcome to the
overmatched.
NFL. You're now going against the best defensive line in the NFL.
Yeah.
But injuries started to stack up. Offense even before injuries, not making excuses. Offense was stale as fuck. We couldn't get anything going.
Defense
but that
was
just
great.
matches what happened in the past 2 weeks leading up to the playoffs. So, shout out Josh Jacobs. He is a fucking dog, bro.
Dude, that run.
He started. You see the date? What was it? 8:00 at night. He was recruiting. He was like, "I'm gonna start recruiting." And you saw a tweet to
There's only one guy. If he can get him over here, and
What's his name?
Max
fuck. Why am I
Crosby.
blanking?
If he
Max
gets
Crosby
Crosby,
was
yeah.
huge. That'd
to
be
the
huge.
Packers,
No.
we're-
Max Crosby's a fucking
I told
beast.
Kevin, I'm more and more relying on the emotion and the mental state of a team, and I think we just don't have. We're missing the little culture piece in that locker room because Love don't got it. Love, that's not his thing. He's the player. He needs to be motivated. Jacob needs to take over, but we need a defensive side of it as well, like a face of it. And
Max Crosby's
I
a
think
fucking monster.
anything.
Well, I saw Devontae said he's up for a reunion. I don't know if I want to.
He doesn't
I mean,
want
I
to stay
felt-
with the Jets?
I'm fine with Devontae. We get him
I
cheap.
am and
I
I'm not.
guarantee we get him cheap.
I want somebody with. I mean, he's a great route runner. Explosion. He's not really there anymore.
Yeah.
We need a deep threat. We need a fucking deep threat.
And
that
Christian
shows-
Watson apparently can't stay healthy.
We
so
we lost Christian Watson, and it's not like Christian Watson's out there blowing up the world, but
I think he just opened the field up.
it's just a threat. It's a
Yeah.
threat that he's a possibility. But I mean that was what hurt us the whole game. It was tough. It was tough to. I mean, Love was off. Not
He's been
throwing to
off
his
the last
normal
3
boys.
weeks.
It is what it is, man. We're the second youngest team to ever make the playoffs.
That's
First
nuts.
youngest.
That's wild.
First youngest team was last year when we made the playoffs.
that's insane.
So
That's crazy.
And we're only gonna get younger. It's insane. It doesn't really. That's crazy.
I think if we go out there and get a weapon, get some. I think defense held his own. Shout out to the defense. They held it up as long as they could, bro.
Yeah. As heard is there. I will say this, guys. FaceTime was fun. I was like, this is gonna be weird watching the whole game FaceTime. I kind of don't not want to do it anymore. Like
I told you, bro.
You're like, I need to
Did you did it on the computer?
No, I just put my phone up. I stacked it like basically if him and I were just kind of cuddling, and it was in the corner, and then we just watched it.
He's like, I loved it. It was
And
great.
then that was one half. And the other half, I was in the kitchen just eating spaghetti right out of the fucking refrigerator. Kevin was
Fuck
like
yeah.
judging me for how early it was. I was like,
It
hey,
was
I'm
like 5 o'clock. I'm like, who eats
Who
dinner
gives
at
a
5
shit, dude?
o'clock?
I've eaten dinner
progression
at
of
like
where-
4.
Think about it when you're at a house party and you guys are hanging out or whatever, and you're progressing to like the kitchen, and eventually you get snacks and stuff like we started on the couch, and then I moved him over to the kitchen. And
I
was
moved him over.
It's like I have a friend. I told Emily, she goes, "That's adorable." I was like, I feel like I have a friend like in here. Like
You do.
It was
You guys,
nice.
had a,
Yeah.
you guys had a house
I
party.
agree.
That's cool.
now we gotta wait a
we
whole
can-
year, so cool.
We can. I think that kind of opens the door to watch parties in the future.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like
I
it.
think just saying, those would be cool to do. And you get
FSU
content out
baseball's
of it,
coming
too.
up.
Jason immediately got some idea, looked up.
I like it.
I don't
that
know
idea.
what. Oh, he's
Wait
looking
a
to see if he can
second.
put a TV in here.
Dude, just like one
like, I
giant fucking TV back there. I don't know. I like that.
I mean, I could
like
definitely
that.
fit one up on my wall here for sure.
What's the next big? We should start it off with a random ass sport. Like, is there like the women's soccer playing or something like that?
No,
Something
women's
that
soccer
women's
is done.
over.
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn it!
Orlando
Do we have
Pride.
any good teams that we can get?
FSU baseball and FSU women's softball.
I don't
He's
trust-
a- nope.
Okay.
Softball. I trust the women, not the men.
Well, the women have won a championship, so
That's why. That's why
yeah,
I say I trust the
yeah,
women.
yeah. No, I get it. And this men's team is going to be a lot more pitching heavy too. So
Next one. Jags finally
Chase wants to
fired
talk
their
about
coach.
baseball.
He's
so
like,
bad.
come
We
on.
gotta get some baseball.
I'm waiting.
Coming
gotta
up.
I'm
get-
waiting.
we're going
No, we
through
got
it.
we got another month. We got
It'll
another
be
month.
here.
All right,
It'll be
Chris. How do you feel, bro?
I love that they made a move. How in God's name Balky's still the GM is
How? Someone's got to explain that to me, dude.
I have no realistic answer why. The only hope is that Ben Johnson, he's the popular candidate we hope we hire, is that when they've already interviewed him, the hope is if they want to offer him the job, Ben will basically be like, I don't really want to work with Balky, and that they'll maybe get rid of him.
Wait, you think that's a possibility?
That's my
Is
buddy.
that, is that like out in the world?
I've been hearing rumblings about if they were to hire him, and he was like, I really don't want to work with Balky.
He's got to
and
have
then-
like blackmail on the owner because how this man has just been
Still.
a shitty GM his entire career
got-
and just
he's got
continues
pictures
to
of-
have a job.
He's got pictures of Khan at a Diddy party or something, right?
Dude, he's
got
not
something, 'cause
he's
I don't know
not
how he
ever
still
been
has
a
a
good
job.
GM. So I do not understand how this man just stays a GM. But
No, like I said, Ben Johnson's the popular choice. We've already interviewed like 3 or 4 people.
Where's he from?
Robert
He's
Saleh,
the
I saw
Lions.
today.
Lions.
Yeah.
The OC that
He's
he
the
was like,
OC
boosting
in
up?
Detroit. Yeah, he's like I think
Bro.
the top choice for a lot of people.
I don't want him to go to the Jags. He's a good guy.
he's a good guy.
You guys are gonna
I
ruin
would-
his career.
I would-
Hey,
You talking about
yeah.
Ben Johnson?
Yeah.
I would hate for that to happen.
Kevin's like,
You
oh
can,
man,
you can
don't
hear the
go.
sincerity in his voice.
Please
Stay
don't
in the
take
NFC
away
North.
all of. Please
Take
don't
my eyes,
away
but not
all
my
of the
Ben
Detroit
Johnson.
Lions coaches away.
Like, oh no. Hey, I love that man so much. There's your reference. Dan Campbell's reference. Ben Johnson, are you
listen.
kidding me? How much
Listen.
time do you have?
I love him so much. I think he should
God.
get the opportunity to, man.
Can I read you something real quick?
I mean, he's gonna get a job. It's just I feel
You're
like
damn right
he's-
he is.
I feel like he basically gets to pick where he wants to go at this point. After the Patriots got their guy.
Well, that leads to my next point is what's the best job available? Is it Jacksonville? What's a better, more appealing job than Jacksonville?
Well,
many
Patriots
jobs
got
are
Vrabel
open?
now, so
yeah.
I think there's 6 jobs now that the Patriots. So it's
I know the Jags and
Cowboys,
Raiders.
the Bears,
Cowboys,
the
not yet.
Jets, the Jags, the Saints, and the Raiders.
Could have never listed that
Saints.
off. Well done.
I'm taking the Saints.
Really?
Why the Saints?
Why? That would be like my second to last.
Cowboys, too much pressure. And Raiders, that's just a shithole. Like,
Yeah,
no shot.
no.
What
The
was
Raiders are
other
the
two?
obvious one you say no.
Give me the other ones.
The Bears,
Bears, absolutely not. That's a shitty organization. Move on.
the
Like, come on.
Jets.
The Jets are, yes.
They have
but
young
it de-
talent.
It has young talent depending on how much of the management will allow them. And
you want to deal with that shit? Bro?
Yeah,
I mean-
none of them sound as if. And the Saints, so they have shown passion when your coach is good. I mean, what's his face?
But
dude?
they're
They
probably the
loved him.
worst in terms of like they have
And he
no
can
money
build
to
from the
spend.
ground up.
They have no money to spend. They have okay draft picks, but so does every other team I just said. But the Saints have
welcome to
no
the
money to
Aaron
spend,
Rodgers
no
factor.
quarterback,
Yeah.
nothing. Like the
he
Jets,
can build it from the ground up.
I hate the
without any
Jets. I will.
expectations.
The one thing I'll say about the Jets is I think y'all brought up the ownership, and that's
Bad.
That's pretty terrible. In terms of just a team perspective, and I fucking hate the Jets, but they have a lot of young talent. I mean, it really does feel like they're a quarterback and maybe one or two other players away. So I mean, I could see that being a good one.
Did you say the Raiders?
Yeah,
I said no to the Raiders. Fuck.
No, did you say it as an option?
yeah.
Yes, that is.
It
an
is
option,
available.
yes.
Well, unless Dion takes it, it's available.
Yeah, I think,
I think it's
probably
short.
good. I mean, Cowboys would be the most attractive. You get the spotlight. You get I mean,
What
for
happened
me,
to all those
like
coaches after the Cowboys?
I mean, they let McCarthy
it.
coach there for 10 years, 8 years, 7 years. I don't know how many fucking years.
They haven't
Shut
done
that
anything.
long,
One-
though. Has it
No,
been
it
that
hasn't been
long?
10 years. No, it's 6 years.
Is that really it?
Yeah, whenever LaFleur, right? 6, I think, and he's been with us for 6 years.
I don't know.
Alexa,
Yeah.
how
They
long
have
did
good
Mike
talent.
McCarthy
Be nice to
They do.
her.
They have
the
good
Cowboys
talent,
for?
and he at least he doesn't jump the gun and fire you right away. I mean, people have been saying McCarthy maybe should have been cut from the Cowboys 2 years ago.
I feel like for the past couple
Let me
years.
be
it's
real,
been
and I
easy
don't mean
to
this
fire.
to
Alexa,
sound
stop.
rude, but I feel like you guys are being short-sighted just based off of talent. Like, I feel like
I mean,
if
you kind of
really-
have to be in today's NFL. People are fired after 1 year, man.
But that's what I'm saying, though. All those teams, they're going to expect wins. Like, the Saints, they suck. Everyone knows, like, oh, if he does
No,
if he
I
does
don't think
8-8,
Saints
that's
are.
a win.
Yeah, I think no matter what, I mean, Cowboys, you got to expect to win. Jags, you make the playoffs, you're good. Patriots,
No one expected the Patriots to win this year, and they still fired their coach.
Patriots, you make the playoffs, you're good. Bears, you win 3 games, you're good. Saints,
With the Bears job, it's got to be that you fully buy into the Caleb Williams hype, because if you do, that's the job. If you think Caleb Williams is who he was coming out of the draft, and I don't, but there are a lot of people that do. If you believe that hype, that's the job. If you watch Caleb Williams and say he's a number one, he's a top 10 quarterback, I can mold him into a top 10 quarterback, you take that job. That's the obvious one if you believe in Caleb Williams, which is a big if.
I think Caleb Williams is gonna be good.
All right, then I think
he's
that's
gonna
the job for you.
I don't think he'll ever
personally.
be MVP. I don't think he'll ever be All Pro. I think he's gonna be a good quarterback though. I
Okay,
think
are we talking like fringe top 10?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Then I think I'd take that job.
eventual, not right now.
Yeah.
In the future, a top 10 quarterback.
I mean, he started to come around near the end of the season a little bit, but there's growing pains.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, if you
look
think
at the stats, look compared to first year starters, rookie starters, like in the history of the NFL, he was top. He was up there with them.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, I just don't. I don't personally think. I think he holds on to the ball too long. I don't think he goes through his reads. I think he's talented, but I don't think he's willing to put in the effort either. So I could be wrong on all that. I could be
But I
wildly
think
wrong.
that those things you just said are fixed. Like can come with time.
One of them is not.
The talent, the arm talent,
If you just don't care, I just don't like how many quarterbacks have not cared and went on to eventually care. Like, I just don't like, to me, that's one of my biggest things I look for in a quarterback is like, how much is he actually willing to put in the effort? And the ones that from the start weren't, to me, have been terrible. Like, never turn it back around.
I mean, there's rumors that Mike McCarthy.
I saw
Well,
that.
he's
yeah.
actually interviewing with the Bears on Wednesday. So
Please come. I'm so scared.
He's like,
Please come.
I'm not worried about Mike McCarthy as a coach because I know the way he coaches offense.
I don't know why he's so like. I'm sorry, but nothing about McCarthy tells me he's a great coach. Like
It's just that, I mean, when you've won a Super Bowl, when so many few coaches have, like, how many coaches currently still coaching have a Super Bowl? Not many.
The Super Bowl's I always forget.
So, like, that's the thing is, like, it's so hard to win a Super Bowl that if, like, when teams see they have a chance to get a guy who's won one, like, they get blinded by that.
I'm not gonna shit on McCarthy because when he was good, when he was a good coach with the Packers, he was good. Like he was creative. He took
and it's not
chances
like
on
he's
things.
been horrible with Dallas.
And then like things started to evolve and people started to like figure his shit out and he never changed
adjusted.
anything up from the Packers. He just kept it the same way. So I think that's why he got fired. Yeah.
I think there's a lot worse coaches out there, even today, than Mike McCarthy.
And bro, I'm telling you, Matt LaFleur, you better fucking figure it out too, because
Nope.
I mean, when you're going against good teams, Matt LaFleur's record is terrible.
Yeah.
And bro, we're getting you to the playoffs, and you're making dumbass decisions, and completely abandoning play action and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
Kevin
I
says
think we
careful.
have talent.
Careful, Matt.
We have talent on that team, so at some point you got to put it together. I know we're young, but at some point you got to put it together.
Yeah. I
Mike
do think
McCarthy
that I do
I'd be
think the
stoked if our
Jags
offensive
job.
coordinator dips. By the way, Kevin was mentioning that he was looking. I was like, bye, bitch. Like I don't care.
Go now.
I do think the Jags job will be appealing to a lot of people. Building around like Trevor Lawrence has shown that he's a good quarterback. If he's got the right people around him, he may never be, what he was hyped to be, and that's yet to be determined. It's not like he's 32 years old. Players can still find it. But he's at least proven that, with solid coaching and solid players, that he is a above average quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And in the NFL, having an above average quarterback, you can win a lot of games. So,
Well, I mean, when do they move into that new stadium? They start building it here soon, right?
Yeah, I think they're getting ready to build it. If I'm
kind
not
of the wrong
mistaken.
person on that.
Because
Yeah, I have no idea.
that's gonna get eyeballs on.
Oh yeah,
you too.
the 1.4
Yeah, I think-
billion renovation plan. Or
I
new
feel like when
stadium,
you're
whatever.
when you're a coach, if you like Ben Johnson, who everyone kind of assumes he can kind of pick where he wants to go. For me, if I was a coach, the first thing I would look at is there a team with a pretty good, not old quarterback that I want to go coach? That would be the first thing. And if the answer to that is no, like say you don't believe in Caleb Williams, say you think that Trevor Lawrence is just an average quarterback.
What
I'm
about
trying to
Dak
think.
Prescott?
Dak Prescott, I mean, what is he? He's 30 at this point with a giant contract.
But didn't
Been
correct me if
injured
I'm
a
wrong.
lot recently. So, I mean, maybe you don't want to jump in that boat.
Drake May.
What? Correct me if
Well,
I'm wrong, but
they've already hired a coach.
wasn't he coaching at the Lions and then brought in the quarterback?
Who? Campbell?
Campbell. Yeah, but with
Well, they
with,
traded for
Ben.
Jared Goff.
Yeah. But I mean, that was after that was after he took the job, the offensive coordinator, right? So like he's accustomed to that, like finding his quarterback that he wants. Rather
Yeah,
than
and
being.
I mean,
forced.
for all I know, he doesn't give a shit about that. I'm saying for me, if I was a coach, that would be the first
I
thing
don't
that
care
I
about
would
you,
look
bro.
at.
Come
It's
on.
I mean,
God damn it.
yeah,
don't
you
give
want
a
the job to
shit.
be easier. It's gonna be easier if you got a good quarterback, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to find in about like so many fucking first round pick quarterbacks come in as like can't miss prospects and are either average, below average, like slightly above average. Like it's hard to find like a legit quarterback. So if you're looking for a coaching job, that should be it's the most important position in football. So if you see a guy like a Trevor Lawrence and you're like, nah, man, like he's got it. It's just he's had horrible coaching and a terrible GM. Like I can come in there, put the pieces around him, and he's a quarterback that can take it to Super Bowl. That's got to be
Brian.
the first thought. Yeah.
Go on, Ben. Bring it down.
Go on, Ben.
We need you.
Speaking of Super Bowls, that doesn't make any sense.
SEC, Florida State, your team, your heartbeat. We some dogs, we ain't no puppies.
Ain't no puppies.
Is he fired yet?
Well,
Jameis?
we did look like puppies, actually.
Yeah, they sure did. That's true. Since we were together on 7 minutes, we played 3 games. We won the 2 games we were supposed to win. That's good.
Yeah.
How'd the
Then
last
we-
one go?
Then we played a team that is pretty good, and that we
They
would
go.
have been nice. They got their ass.
Hung
kicked
around
pretty
for
bad.
20 minutes.
and then it just took
Unfortunately,
a-
the game was 40 minutes.
yeah.
That's the
Unfortunately,
real-
they
that was
played
the
2
real
halves
issue.
in basketball, but no, they just they play Pittsburgh Wednesday. They're 11-5, so they're not doing horrible. They're doing okay. I was looking at the schedule. Here's the problem that's coming up. Pittsburgh's no. Here's where it's going to be. The part of your schedule coming up is very good. These teams you're playing, you are better than or as good, and you should beat these teams. The last 5 games of your season is very hard. You're Louisville, Carolina, Duke, Virginia, and SMU. That is a hard 5-game stretch to end the season. So stack up these wins now so you're not on the brink of 500 in these last 5 games, we still suck. I saw the thing that just popped up on the ticker. I
Chris,
can't
do
say
you
it.
hear yourself? All right, what we got to do now is we're gonna get our ass kicked by good teams, but let's
No,
beat
it's not
the really
Well,
bad
not to
teams and
mention,
get into
if they-
we're just gonna get embarrassed.
I
Well,
said-
not
in
to
the
mention,
bracket.
even if they win all these games they're supposed to win, Chris, the ACC is really down this year. So
Yeah,
if they wanted to
very
make,
true.
they could win every game they're supposed to win. And then if they lose those last 5 games, they have no hope of making the tournament because they don't have any quality wins. We haven't beaten a single quad 1 or quad 2 team
True.
all year. Every
Uh-oh.
win we have
What's
this
a
year is
quad 2?
Chase, are you off the bandwagon? Are you done?
no. But I'm saying
Jason's
like,
out.
I'm
He's
just
out,
saying
folks.
his stack these wins now, and then like it's okay if we lose the last 5 games. No, we have to beat a team. Quad 1 and quad 2 has to do with like where they are in the RPI and if it's on the road or at home.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're going to lose last 5. I'm just saying it is hard. So it's like get all your wins now. Beat these teams that you should beat, like you did earlier in the year. All the really shitty teams, like you said, the ACC's down. All these teams coming up in the next 4 or 5 games are all very winnable games. You could win all these games. So take care of business. And then yes, the last 5 games are going to be hard. Realistically, you're probably going to drop a few, but get the wins now, and then you could still sneak out a win against. Like Virginia's down. Like these teams, you could still beat the better teams.
You got to hope and pray to get a win. Is what so
No,
beat the
you don't
beat
have
the
to
team
hope
you're
and
supposed
pray.
to beat, and then maybe
It's
run
not a hope
into
and
a
pray.
win.
No,
If
it's
FSU
just-
doesn't beat if they don't have a quad 1 win, it doesn't matter how many games.
Well,
they
yes, but
But
I'm just,
why? Why? is
because
it
that's
important?
how they pick the teams, dude. That's just historically
no,
how it's
no.
done.
I don't care about that. That makes total sense. But why do you guys want to be in a bracket that we're going to get embarrassed? I don't
Because you never
understand.
know, man. Crazy shit happens
you
all
can make
the
the
time.
tournament, and then
And if you're say this is Hamilton's last year, as Chris has said a million times,
I
if
believe
you're
it
a
is.
prospective
Let's all
coach,
say a prayer.
if you're a prospective coach, would you rather go to a team that finished, we'll say 15 and 16, and did not make the tournament, or would you be more intrigued to go to a team that's coming off we'll say 21 and 10 record and made it to the tournament? Like that's more appealing. I'm not saying we're going to bring in this amazing coach, but like that could be the difference in getting the coach that we're going after. Like he's like, I'm not going to that team. They fucking didn't even make the tournament last year. If you can
Let me-
sneak into the tournament, we might be able to get a better coach.
Look at NC State
right.
last year. They made a run. We beat that NC State team, and they made it all the way to the Final Four. So if you get in the dance, you catch fire. and
Teams
then who
get
knows?
cold.
True.
You have a guy that hits some crazy threes that he never does.
But Chase, the only thing I will say to you though, like let's be real, any coach that just knows they can just get by at being average will take this job because of how long Hamilton's been in play. Like they're loyal to their coach. Cool, I'm in no matter what. So I think that's a thing we need to sell.
I don't know if anyone's
mean-
loyal nowadays, man. Outside of what we've been with Hamilton, but
I mean, we have been with Hamilton,
Yeah.
so I feel like at that point that's a sell.
I know, but Hamilton he took over such a shit program. I think that's why he's been able to like coast as long as he has.
Stick around for 20
we were
plus
so
years.
bad for so long, and then he took us to being like the best we had been since the early 90s / the fucking like late 60s when we lost the championship to UCLA.
I mean,
So,
whoever
I
comes
just-
in after him, he's not going to get a 20-year window like Hamilton.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Wow.
we've at least been decent for long enough. Like we were coming off the Steve Robinson years where fucking like winning 10 games was like an accomplishment.
There's a name you don't want to hear. FSU basketball, Steve.
We
I
done
went,
with
I went to
basketball
that
yet?
basketball camp. Yeah.
We are. I'm jumping into it. Me and Chase have already argued about this. Portal Mike is back doing his work, killing it, just bringing in all these fucking players, and we're gonna do the same thing like we did this year.
Flip half the roster and pray. There it is.
Hey, it's all
Calm
right.
down.
Who was Kevin's favorite player? Squirrel. Come on, Squirrel. Squirrel's here.
Hey, Squirrel's about to blow up.
Squirrel White.
Hey,
Here we go. Let's go.
I don't give a shit how
they
we
were
do
pit-
next year. If we don't get Squirrel the ball, I'm just saying.
Dude, they were upset up here. They were upset he left.
2 years ago, he had more yards than our top 2 receivers last year combined. So
God damn.
that's
Hey.
how bad our passing was last year.
Squirrel.
That's true.
He's gonna be. What's the?
Kev's calling it right now. That's it.
What's the top wide receiver award?
Ooh, Bolitnikov?
Like,
is that what it is?
Bolitnikov.
Bolitnikov,
There you
yeah.
go, Chris.
I don't know,
There it
man.
is. Squirrel White. There you
Squirrel-
go.
Squirrel.
Most
that
people
sounds
seem
nice.
to think he's not even the best receiver we brought in.
Don't give a shit.
Kevin can't
This
get
is
past the
name.
name Squirrel.
Who's
his
our
name?
quarterback?
Thomas Castellanos.
Yeah, Castellano. Is he
Ooh.
Italian?
Nope.
I don't
I
know.
don't
his
think
name.
so.
Average as hell.
I mean, 2 years ago he was insane rushing the ball. Last year he was, I guess, efficient passing the ball. If he can kind of combine,
Brother. No.
I mean, he wasn't putting up 300 yards. I'm saying he was putting up like 150 and
Let's
not
get
turning the
excited.
ball over. But the issue was last year he wasn't running the ball because Bill O'Brien was trying to turn him into a pocket passer. We need him to run the ball a lot.
He doesn't have true love like Miami does right now. Miami has just the
Oh
power
my
couple.
God.
I mean, it
Oh,
is
Jesus.
They could
so
have him.
beautiful to see. That is gotta be like if you walk into a locker room, you have to feel like they hate me, right? Like they definitely hate me.
Supposedly, a lot of Georgia fans were not thrilled with some of the antics.
Is he that good?
He took his
No.
$3 million or whatever he's getting paid. He'll be just
No.
fine with his
Wild,
girlfriend
right?
down in South
He's
Florida.
I
$3
mean,
million.
it depends what you consider
Hey,
that good. I think he
shout
will
out-
be a decent college quarterback.
Dude hit a home run though. I just want to say, for as ugly as that dude is,
He is so ugly.
he is.
He is an ugly guy.
You seen his girl?
Yeah.
It doesn't
they
she
wouldn't
like
be
play?
together in
Doesn't
3
she play
years, so-
basketball? Or am
Yeah,
I wrong
she's
on
a-
Yeah,
that?
it's one of
She's like
the
a-
Cavender
Oh.
twins.
Oh,
or
she's
whatever.
one of the twins.
Mhm.
Ah.
By the way, just got a little tidbit on my phone just now. NFL Hall of Famer considering a top candidate for Dallas head coaching vacancy after speaking
Deion?
with Jerry Jones.
Dion.
Deion
Hey.
Sanders.
Bro, I'm sorry, Colorado fans, man. Everyone has told you that Dion was not
told-
going to stay after Hunter
trust him.
and
He's not-
Shador.
They'd have been dumb to even think that was true.
But look, I
on
mean, you got to at least say, like, I hope Colorado fans don't hate him because if he leaves, because he did. I mean, Colorado was a shit program when he took over. He at least
much.
gave them the best season they'd had in
a
12
little
plus
hope.
years. So, like, if I'm a Colorado fan, I'm like, we're in a better spot now than when he came in. Maybe we can get a decent coach to replace him if he leaves.
Warren Sapp. Just bring in Warren Sapp. Fuck it. He's
All
already
right.
coaching.
Hey,
met
That
him.
being said,
Piece of shit.
I called it, man. He's gonna somehow get both his players on that team. I'm telling you, he's gonna somehow draft both of them. I said it two episodes ago. He's gonna get his son.
with the
he's gonna get-
Cowboys, they'd have to trade everything for
They
like
are,
the next
bro.
5
They
years.
are. They're getting
Hey,
rid
if
of
Deion's
him.
coach, you heard it here. Jason's prediction.
Because
Heard it
Travis
here.
Hunter is going top 5 and Shador is probably
You remember the Saints
probably
with
going
Ricky
top
Williams?
5, definitely top 10. You would think so.
Going down, dude. It's going
They'd
down.
have to
I'm
give
writing
up
this down. Jason's called it.
everything.
This happened. If Deion's a coach, they're all
They'd
loading
have
up
to
again
give
in
up
Dallas.
everything.
You remember the
to get
Saints
those
with
guys.
Ricky Williams? Since nobody said
That was one player. They have to do that again.
Kevin, that was one player.
Say it one more time, Chase.
One player.
One player.
All right,
Because
last one
they
says,
they probably pick like what 11th right now.
Good
So
say.
you'd have
Hey,
to
look.
you'd have to trade up. Let's say Travis Hunter goes 4th. You'd have to trade up to 4, and then you'd have to somehow get another first round pick to trade up to. Let's say Shador goes 7. Like
Jason's like, just you
Welcome.
wait. Just you wait till it
Welcome.
happens.
Hey,
Just you
Chase,
wait.
that's gonna,
Chase is
we're
gonna
talking
be-
like
he's
we're
gonna
talking like 5 first round picks to get up.
Chase
Jerry
is
Jones?
absolutely gonna grab his phone, pick up, and call me. Goes, what the fuck
Yeah.
did
Are
I
you
just
fucking
watch?
kidding
And I'm gonna
me?
drop it down. And I'm like, I put $500,000 on this in gambling. And
I guess
just
maybe
dropped it on that.
they could toss Dak in that trade if they're trading up to get
Dak.
Shador. You
Oh,
know?
Jerry
no,
Jones.
Dak's gone. Dak is gone, bro. That's hot commodity. That's a second round that you can give up to move up in the first. Yeah, he's gone. Bye, Felicia.
Jerry Jones, if you're listening right now, I know you might be scared, but
do it.
You don't
Do it.
face your fears, you ride them.
You
I
guys,
said
you
if
got
you
right.
feel
Put
it.
it in my gym. I'm putting it right up there. Just
You can put a big
fears.
Right next to the believe.
and his big face right there, the one that he put on his t-shirts in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which are also like available. You can buy those. Shit.
Yeah, you can definitely buy it. And
Jason's
you-
like,
even-
duh,
think-
I own one.
think-
What are you talking
I think
about?
all of our wives were like, I mean, I'd wear it. I was like,
Of course you would.
blasphemy.
Bitch.
Even Erica was
I
down to
said,
watch it back to back in
bitch.
2 nights back to back.
I feel like she only
We're
cared
like
about a couple
Twisters, and
scenes.
Erica was like,
Yeah, there's
I
probably
mean, I
a
was
few
gonna go to
critical
bed, but
scenes in the movie.
I'll watch it again. And what happens right after the rain scene?
She's like, you can turn it off. You can turn it off.
I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm not gonna finish this
Put a
movie.
bow on this night.
Yeah.
Just gonna go
I've already
take a
seen it. I don't
cold
know if I
shower,
told you
smoke a
guys that.
cigarette after that.
Yeah, whew.
All right, we got college football playoff updates. I don't care.
No,
Yeah,
I
me
don't
I
care.
don't care. I hate
All
both
right.
teams.
Who do you got? How about that? Let's just go with that.
Who's in it?
Ohio State, Notre Dame are in the national championship.
Oh
That's
my
definitely
god, that's
Ohio
like
State.
worst case scenario.
I think
No,
Ohio
it's not
State.
worst case scenario. But
I'm
think
going
Ohio
Notre
State's gonna
Dame, man. I don't know. That defense is good.
Like I said, you don't really want either one to win, but
No, fuck 'em
somebody is
both.
going to win.
Yeah.
Well, I know,
Michigan and then Ohio. Jesus,
Chris, your boys are big Notre Dame fans, so
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
he's supposedly. I told him, I was like, "You gonna go?" He's like, "I think so." I was like, "There's no think so.
Damn.
Your team, it's in Atlanta. And it's the national championship. Why are you not going? It's 4 hours away."
I
Chase
do
said
like
you could stay at his place. I think is what he said.
no.
Yeah, why aren't you going, Chase?
Yeah,
'Cause I
Chase,
don't
why
like
aren't you
either of
going to the
those
national
teams.
championship game? Why
I
don't
don't
you
like-
spend
I thought you were-
$10,000?
Yeah, there it is.
Spend 10
For
grand to go
teams that
watch
you
two
don't
teams.
even, not even
that you
teams
hate.
that you like are okay with, but that you genuinely don't like.
Oh, you
But
hate
look,
these teams.
you can
Go
get
watch
a
them.
$5 hot dog.
Yeah,
and a
get yourself a
$5
soft
beer,
pretzel.
$5 hot
$2.50.
dog. It's like a $2 hot dog, son.
There you go.
Trying to
He
tell you.
said, son.
Chase been. I was like, I tried it. It's good.
It is good. It's a good hot dog.
It's a good hot dog.
Oh, a good dog.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of like the style that Notre Dame plays. I like the throwback, like run the ball, play good defense style. So I wish it was us, but
Yeah. Yes.
We're close.
We need a captain.
Yeah, we're-
Obvious.
We're close.
We're getting there.
Captain
We're
Obvious.
getting there.
But no,
We're getting
I
there.
like that it's not just fucking like spread them out, throw the ball 100 times.
I like it. It's not an SEC team, so I'm cool with that.
Agreed,
That's
100%
true.
agreed.
A lot of people are happy that.
I
there's
wish
no
it was
SEC
Arizona
team
State versus Boise State, but
I
there.
would have taken that.
They tried. Scatterbo.
That was
They
an
tried.
Oh, against what's his name, right?
They gave
yeah,
it a go.
versus Gentry.
Yeah, that'd have been a fun one.
Genty.
Is he going into the draft?
Yes.
Yes,
He actually
he
has apparently been he's a big Cowboys fan. He wants to go to the Cowboys. So sorry if Deion goes
Face
there,
your fears. Ride them.
they're
I'll
not
get
going to have
him,
a draft pick for the next 7 years if Deion
Hey,
goes there.
Jerry's,
It's super team.
Jerry's about to just have like 6 draft picks in the top 5. You know.
Fuck it.
It's like we're not going to draft again for the next 10 years, but goddamn,
look at this team we
if
just
we don't
put
have
together.
every
He's
Look
just
first
gonna
at
round.
these
rewatch
boys right
draft
here.
day. He's just gonna watch draft day over and over and over again. All right, this is what we got to do. We got to do.
I
this.
watched like 30 minutes of that movie, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I love that movie. It's the
I
most
actually
like
like it.
dumb like
that movie.
scenarios of all time.
Doesn't
but
he
it's like-
trades from like 1 to like 7 and then back up to 2 and then like to 10?
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck?
I loved it. I was like, this can't happen, but it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
That's
fun movie.
exactly-
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
I need some of those kind of movies. I think it was good for what it was. All right, is there anything else? Are we out? This is done.
Yeah. Are the Vikings
Are we done?
losing? That's all that I care about. Are they losing?
no,
Vikings.
10 to 3
Sorry,
right
Chase,
now.
Earmuffs.
Who's up 10 to 3?
10 to 3. You said Chase earmuffs?
Yeah.
Oh, who's up?
10 to 3 Rams.
All right. Okay. I see you Fisk and Verse.
Nope. All right.
Shockingly, I
Folks,
really
thank you
don't
so
know
much
that.
for joining us. Follow us on all social sites, Cup to Cup Show. You can also find us on our Facebook page, The CTC OnlyFans. We also have a chicken tender bracket. It's coming out. I wasn't supposed to say it out loud, but
Too late.
No, I'm
It
just
is.
kidding.
Can't
Well, everybody
put
needs
Pandora,
to know.
Pandora doesn't go back in the box.
Look, get out there, vote. If you haven't voted yet, go vote on those chicken tender brackets to help us out with the seedings. That way you can't complain when it comes out and the bracket's out. And you can be like, welcome, Hardee's is number 1 overall. Well, that's what you guys voted, you know.
Bold choice.
Are they?
So go out there and vote for that. The CTC OnlyFans on Facebook. That's where you can find that. Shout out to everybody who's already shared the bracket or the voting. We appreciate that. Visit our website, cup2cuplife.com. You can find everything you need to know about us there, including our merchandise. We are, most of us, all wearing merchandise tonight. So shout out to us wearing merchandise of Cup to Cup. It's like wearing the band's T-shirt to the concert, right? Yeah, but go get you a hat. Go get you a shirt. Love you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.
Damn,
Holla.
DQ is kind of high on this list, by the way.
How?
What?
I don't know. bro.
How many
I
people
know.
have voted?